Yo, it's just here to tell you back here with another video. Here to talk about the Lakeline LLC products, specifically the barrels, the recoil springs, and also, I replaced some of the strikers and quite a few of my handguns. They're usually colored, like this one right here. You see is yellow, so they're usually colored pretty much. So I pretty much replaced my first Lakeline product was the G3 recoil spring. I actually had ended up getting the Galloway Precision one first. They're pretty cool. I just like the build quality of the Lakeline LLC. It's a dual captive, unlike the this is pretty much the GX4 XL one, and this one goes in the G3 full size. So as you see, it's dual captive, plastic end cap. The Lakeline actually has a circular, a rounded recoil spring, unlike the Galloway Precision. It has a flat recoil spring. The end cap, like I said, is plastic. This one is full metal. There's nothing wrong with that. The rear, the flange is a little thicker on the Galloway Precision. I mean, it worked pretty cool in the G3, except for the recoil wise, honestly, the Lakeline LLC was a little bit better. Do a direct comparison. It was a little better. As you see, the length is pretty much the same. It's just the flat spring versus the circular traditional spring, and it's dual captive. Has 3 flanges. This one, it was just an overall better quality and feel for me whenever I'm shooting the G3. So I ended up pretty much getting them on all of my Tauruses, honestly. All of them. I don't have not one Taurus with a factory recoil spring. But I do still have my factory recoil springs. This is the G3 Coyote. Let me do a direct comparison to see how light the actual recoil spring is. I mean, it's plastic, There's nothing wrong with them. I see a lot of people, they never change them out. Have no reliability issues with them, honestly. But as you see, the front flange is thicker. The coils on the Lakeline stainless steel, as you see, they're a little tighter, it looks like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one has an extra coil of spring, unlike the plastic one. And from the base also, you see where it pretty much begins. Again, they're pretty much both dual captive, except this is plastic. This is plastic. This is metal. Again, I believe it has more revolutions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they both have the same number right here, but it's just right here. I guess that that tension is, that recoil is pretty much soaked up a little better from that extra revolution of spring going around the flange pretty much. The flange also right here is a little thicker. Again, it's plastic. And it's nothing wrong with plastic. I mean, Glock Gen 3s, pretty much some of the most reliable guns have the plastic recoil spring. and they're actually one piece. They're not dual captive. So reliability wise, the Tauruses, like I hear people say, you know, they had a couple issues and they had to replace the strikers, springs, and I never really had to do none of that. I just did it because, you know, aesthetic purposes, and I just don't really like too much plastic stuff in my actual gun. So, you know, I switched out the stainless. I actually switched out the springs also for the striker, and I'm gonna switch out the striker. So, you know, just to give me a little insurance. I mean, I really do that just to have backup products, honestly, just in case anything was to ever happen. I could just easily, you know, swap it out. I already got it. I don't have to call the Glock store or, you know, Taurus. I already got it. You know, I could just swap it out pretty much. So for the GX4 XL, pretty much everything is Lakeline except the barrel. The recoil spring, I put the factory one back in it. I'm going to do a main comparison also with that one. This is the Lakeline. So off top you see they're pretty much both plastic end caps. But the recoil spring itself is actually all stainless steel. So, you know, YouTube be tripping sometimes about taking this stuff apart. So, both Lakeline LLC recoil springs. I'm sorry, Lakeline factory Taurus. It It looks like they have the same amount of revolutions per spring and flange. But as you see, I believe some parts of this is metal. I'm not really sure. I think it's all plastic though, besides the actual spring. The flange right here is a little thicker, of course, on the stainless steel versus the plastic factory. The flange back here is just about the same. It's probably a half a millimeter thicker. They both have the same dimensions. This one does look a little wider. Not really sure. It does look a little wider. Again, they're both rounded recoil springs all the way through. Unlike the Galloway Precision, it's a flat. As you see, it's very sharp. And on these ones, they're pretty much circular, they're rounded. This one is just, it's very sharp. So, you know, the same thing really with the GX4. I would have did it to the micros, but I pretty much sold both of them. One of them, the Toro, I shouldn't have sold the Toro, I'm not gonna lie. I just kind of was getting a little bored with it, and you know, listening to people like, oh man, he's buying too many Tauruses. Like, oh man, whatever, yo. I mean, my gun works better than yours, it looks better than yours, and you know, what other reason do I need to, you know, buy another gun, honestly, besides just reviewing different manufacturer products. So man, if you're looking for any type of Lakeline products, don't hesitate. I'm still clearing everything. Don't hesitate, man. Pretty much, man, if you get a Taurus, I'm gonna say off top, replace the recoil spring. And now that they have the full striker assembly, replace the entire striker assembly just to have a backup. I don't care if it's a Glock or anything, like You want to have these backup parts. So instead of me just buying the factory ones, which I might just say, man, forget it. Let me get an extra striker assembly. Let me get an extra recoil spring just to have backup parts. You know, because eventually all of these parts will have to be replaced. Honestly, barrel. I mean, the only thing that really lasts is the trigger. Like, I mean, I don't know how many damn rounds you got to put through a gun to actually have to replace the trigger, but barrel, recoil spring, striker assembly, hell, even the slide release at some point you have to replace it. Takedown releases, I'm not really sure. All I know is they better than Glock out the box, you know. But yeah, man. Any type of Taurus owners out there, just do yourself a favor. Hit up Lakeline. Their prices are very reasonable, and they actually have came down since, you know, they actually originally came out. The barrel, I have the ported barrel, so I don't have just the regular dimension one. It's pretty much the same. It's just a port in it. A lot of people, they're buying screw-on ports and comps, and I mean, all that's cool, but me personally, I like to stay in the same dimensions. I don't really like to add too much extra to it, because I'm already adding something that's aftermarket, even though Taurus pretty much lists Lakeline as a reputable aftermarket, you know, company that you can just spice up your EDC with, man. Spice up your range toy with, man. So me, that's really why I do it. And this port honestly works. Like, it really takes out a lot of recoil versus, you know, the traditional setup. So they're virtually identical except the barrel. Like I said, I will be putting the black ported barrel in this one, and I will get the Glock 19 barrel for the actual dagger that I'm going to be finishing building up within the next month. You know, they both got the hole grips. I need to put some night sights on this one. That's why I don't really carry this one that much. It just doesn't have the night sights on it, and I really prefer my night sights. You know, you can't really beat some good excess sights. Trigicon, Me Pro, Ameriglow. Can't really beat them. So yeah, man. Anybody that owns a Taurus, G2C, G3C, G3, GX4, GX4XL, G3XL, G3X, man, G3 Tactical, GX4 Carry already has all the products, the barrel, the recoil spring, the striker assemblies. They already got all that. So man, trust me. As like a little, you know, a little backup and just a way to personalize it and it still be 100% reliable. If you are having any type of malfunctions, I'll say to just try it out anyway. Yeah, man. I'm going to insert a little bit of range footage to really show you guys how flat these guns can shoot. No malfunctions, no type of light primer strikes. Even when it's factory, I really didn't have, besides the first time when I first took these guns to the range, I can't lie, I had a lot of light primer strikes. But it's because I actually put oil on the actual striker. You know what I'm saying? And it was plastic also. So I know the striker tension, it wasn't pretty much what they would advise from the factory. It's not what they, you know, it's not in their instructions to actually put any type of lubrication inside of this channel, which they say the same for Glocks. Really, any type of striker gun, don't put any type of oil in this channel because it will slow down the rate of the return meaning it will cause a light primer strike. You know, man. So if you got a Taurus, hit up Lakeline LLC.com. Still looking for an optic to put on this one. Think I'm gonna go silly, whatever. Try to reach out to them. You know, hopefully I'll be hearing back from them. If not, I'm gonna just cash it out. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'm officially monetized. Just to kill Tay. You know. Shout out to everybody else who's still on their grind. And you know, we're gonna keep hustling and keep moving and grooving, man. We out.